Sometimes you may need to run a certain test within a given time limit. For instance, you want a method to run within a second. With JUnit 5, you can also write such simple performance unit tests. Navigate to BMI Calculator test class and take a look at should return coder with worst BMI when coder list not empty. This unit test checks if we get the correct coder from a list of coders, but now we want to write an additional unit test to check if we get the correct coder fast enough. So let's create a new test method at test. The name will be should return coder with worst BMI in 1 millisecond when coder list has 10,000 elements. Alright, inside, remember about the given, when, then part, and now let me copy paste the code for the given part of the unit test. As always, you can pause the video and type it yourself. You can see that we create a list of coders and insert 10,000 elements into it. The coders' weight and height are completely out of the blue, but that's not a problem. We have a list of 10,000 coders and that's enough. Now in the then part, we'll use a new assertion type. Assert timeout. Press Ctrl space and choose the first option. The first argument is the time limit of duration class. Type duration dot of, and now we can provide it in milliseconds or seconds. For now, let's be very strict because we want to see the test fail. We expect to get the element within 1 millisecond. The second argument is an executable. You already know how that works, so let's skip the details and simply create an executable in the when part. We need an empty pair of brackets, the arrow operator, and then the method invocation from the previous test. Alright, let's try to run the test. You can see that it failed as expected. Execution exceeded timeout of 1 millisecond by 39 milliseconds, which means the method took 40 milliseconds to execute. You may be wondering why the value of 40 milliseconds is different than this value here, which is 53 milliseconds. This is because this value also takes into account the time when we had to insert the 10,000 elements into the list. Assert timeout only checks how long the executable took. Okay, let's now change the 1 millisecond value into something which makes more sense. Let's say we expect to finish within 500 milliseconds. Run the test again, and you can see the test pass. If it doesn't pass on your machine, this may be because you have different hardware, so you can experiment with various values for the timeout. So that's how you can run simple performance unit tests with JUnit 5.